because this way, I think it makes more sense to go right to the break. After the break, have you ready in the other room. Good friend of mine, good friend of the show. Judy Vining is the director of Long Beach Aware, and she does a lot of great things. It goes right in touch with the two awareness campaigns that we're starting on our show. One is dealing with teen obesity, and the other one is dealing with teen smoking and drinking. And Judy, that has been the essence of Long Beach Aware. So talk about what Long Beach Aware does and the impact that your group has in the Long Beach community.
Thank you. Thank you for having me, Howie. Our group has been in existence, hard to believe, for 15 years now. We've just changed our name from the Coalition to Prevent Underage Drinking to Long Beach Aware for several reasons. First of all, we were connected to the medical center, and that no longer exists. So we incorporated ourselves, became our own not-for-profit, and as of January 1st of this year, we're funded through New York State Office of Substance Abuse Services, New York State OASIS. So we're really excited about that, but it also broadens our mission. We talk about underage drinking, but we also talk about other drugs, other risky behaviors, and mental health issues for youth. Because of our new funding, we are now in the process of hiring one social worker, one prevention specialist. They're going to be working with the middle school, with an after-school program, and with the Parenting Institute, so that we can loop all things together, because really our focus is not on the kids of the community. It's on the adults. It's on the adults that set the policies, it's on the adults that set the behaviors, it's on the adults who monitor or don't monitor what their kids are doing. Schools do a magnificent job in educating the kids. They don't need us for that. What they need us for is to help in setting policies, to do all sorts of things that will change the culture. And when we started out, we said it would take at least 20 years. Well, we're 15 years into it, and we probably have another 20 to go. That said, we have made a difference. Our past 30-day drinking rates are down about 20% from when we started. That's not to say they're good, but that is to say they are down, and that's a significant drop. We were the first community in the state of New York to enact a social host law. What that means simply is we hold adults who allow underage drinking on their premises liable. An adult in the state of New York is anyone 16 to 20, just under 21, so that means not only is it the parent who allows the party, and we had that about 2 years ago where a mom on, I believe, Hudson Street had a cotton candy vodka party for 13-year-olds. So it's not happening. It just gives the police department another tool in which to address the problem. We look at underage drinking, drug use, and stuff like that as from the public health model. Just like cigarettes or seatbelts. We always knew that seatbelts save lives. But when was it that we started using them? When we got a $100 ticket. That's when we started using them. We all knew for a long time. We saw all the pictures of the disgusting black lungs, et cetera, et cetera. But when did people start changing their smoking habits? When the taxes got too high, when there were fewer places to smoke. And so it's a three-pronged approach of increasing enforcement, limiting access, and that's what we're about with the kids, limiting their access, and education and awareness. But the education and awareness is for the community so that they can buy into why this is an important issue. We know the horror of the heroin epidemic, but what we don't focus on sometimes, and what we hear an awful lot lately is, oh, thank God they're only drinking. Thank God they're only smoking weed. Well, guess what? Nobody I know started with a needle in their arm. In Cortland last year, they interviewed about 20 inmates in a correctional facility in a drug treatment program. And part of the interview process was, what was your first drug? What was your first drink? When did you start? And to a person, they started around 14 or 15, somewhat younger. They started with alcohol, went to marijuana, and then pills. And then pills are so, in and of themselves, so addictive. So another piece of the education is around doctors who sometimes don't understand that they don't need to give 30 Tylenol 3 for a tooth extraction, because they do not do it maliciously. They do it because the copays are so high. Oh, Judy Vining, she's a nice lady. She would never abuse it. But those pills are now in my medicine cabinet. And I have babysitters, or I have children, or I have grandchildren. And the place the kids tell us they get their prescription drugs, which in and of themselves are highly addictive, are from relatives, friends, medicine cabinets, and stuff like that. So once they're addicted, the pills on the street are like $20 to $25 a pill. Heroin's $5 a bag. It's really easy to make that transition. So we need to connect all the dots when we're addressing the heroin epidemic. We need to start with younger kids in the middle school age who start experimenting with alcohol, and it goes from there.
Excellent points. And the fact that our radio show is going to do these 2 awareness programs talking about teen obesity and teen drinking and smoking, working with an organization like yours, I think is going to be a great thing, raising awareness in the community.
Thank you, Howie. We were looking forward to it. And one of the ways, one of the things we used to do before Sandy was once a year we had a teen night out at the high school. Our funding sources have changed. Sandy changed a lot. So we're looking to do that again. And one of the ways we're looking to do that, of course, is to raise some money. So we are having our first fundraiser called Breakfast of Champions. And it's on September 27th at 9:30 in the morning at the Sands in Atlantic Beach. We are honoring 4 champions of what we do. First is Assemblyman Todd Kaminsky, who hit the ground running on all of these issues. There was a product that the FDA approved called Palcohol, powdered alcohol, and they approved it nationally. It was going to go on sale in New York State in July unless the state enacted legislation prohibiting it. Todd ran with it, and it was enacted, and it's, you know, there can't be a good reason for having powdered alcohol to add to your water bottle. There just isn't. The person who invented it said he went on a hike and he got to the top of the mountain. He would have loved to have a drink, but it was too heavy to carry the bottle of wine, so if he had this little pouch of powdered alcohol, he would have been so happy. So glad he's not happy in New York. We're also honoring Arnie Epstein, who was the Director of Health and Phys Ed at the Long Beach School District. Tremendous, tremendous champion of everything that we've done. He's been an original member, and he keeps going. Rhonda Healy is associated with Morning Madness. That is the after-school substance and alcohol-free post-prom party. And then there's Dr. Michelle Natali, who was formerly the principal of the middle school. This year she's been appointed as Director of Human Resources for the Executive Director of Human Resources for the school district. She has opened her school. She has opened her heart. She has worked with us. She has given us access to both kids and parents at back-to-school nights, and we just look forward to continuing ours. So these are 4 really, really stellar people who deserve to be honored, and we're excited about it.
Okay. Okay, let's get it up for Judy Vining and all the great work she's doing in the Long Beach community. That's awesome. All right, we're going to take a break, and after the break, Dr. Lee Weiner and his lovely wife, we're going to do some laser treatment in action. See what laser treatment is all about. Coming to you live from Oceanside Wellness. I am Halftime Howie. This is Broadcasting on the Beach with Halftime Howie from Long Island's first and oldest radio station, AM 1240, WGBB.